Here we have the new Canon Servo 7x optical zoom. It's a 17 to 120 millimeter T2.95 lens. It's available in both EF and PL mounts. And one of the interesting things just off the start to talk about is the fact that if you buy one mount and you decide you would prefer the other, you can have it changed by the service center for a fee. So your investment in the glass is going to stay there no matter what camera you use it with. On the basic spec of this lens, one of the important reasons why we developed it was because it was filling a need that was expressed to us. We have already got a whole set of EF cinema lenses that are great for rigs, and when you have the camera set up in kind of a static set. We also have the small EF and EFS lenses, which are very good when you want to be light and mobile and you're doing run and gun. But they're not very convenient for over-the-shoulder type work, and they're not very convenient at all for working in a television studio, for example, for news coverage, you know, the regular 11 o'clock news, whatever, that type. So the need of a servo zoom was very strongly expressed to us, and we started developing this. We even showed on our roadmap last year that we were in development for this lens, and now here a year later it is. So what this lens will do, it has a detachable drive unit on it so that you can put it over your shoulder and shoot and have complete power zoom control. But it also will fit on a pedestal, and it has 3 ports on the side of the drive unit that can be used. 2 of them are for the zoom and focus controllers that you normally would see in a television studio camera. And then the 3rd one, which is also very important for studio work, is your rotary encoder. So you have a 16-bit rotary encoder that basically goes into your virtual set. Now it's a detachable drive unit also, so that if you decided to use this as a cinema lens in a rig, then you don't have to have that drive unit on there. But it's so terrific to be able to have the option. And now you have the right kind of lens to cover the vast majority of ENG with a large chip or independent documentary filmmaking. In this lens, you do need external power to run, in most cases, to run the servo unit. And so, the typical Anton Bauer type battery pack is what is usually going to be used. We anticipate that. Now, it can be used on virtually any camera that has a PL mount, but it also can be used on all of the EF mount cameras as well. Now, the EF mount does have full electronic communication, but it does not have the power to run the servo, so that's why you still need the external battery pack for it. Also on the PL mount, we should mention that we're supporting the Cook eye technology pins, and so you have a lot of metadata even in a PL situation to be able to feed back into the system. And in some cases on PL, I am told that the servo can be powered. One of the most important development concepts that we had with it was to be able to support 4K capture as well as the full HD. So from an optical standpoint, it is absolutely outstanding in all respects. So we're talking resolution control, contrast control, and when we say diffraction on a lens like this, the fact that it's going towards Super 35 as a larger chip actually gives you more room. So you can get to a smaller aperture before you have to even start thinking about that. And quite honestly, on the type of cameras that this will be used, the other option to control that is neutral density. So once you get to that point, then you'll be able to stay in the sweet spot of the lens. So I always make the example of the Situation Room at CNN, where basically you've got the reporter standing in front and all of a sudden the background completely changes to whatever they dropped in from the computer. And in order to do that successfully, you have to have extremely precision control on the zoom and the focus, and that's what this lens offers for that capability.